What's up everyone, and welcome back to the Bold and the Beautiful 24 official channel. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button today. Let's get started. Luna lays out her shady plan, and a desperate Will turns to Sheila for assistance. Deacon urges Hope to give Liam another chance today on the Bold and the Beautiful. Carter wants to wed right away, and Ivy reports back to Electra. Even though Hope is engaged to Carter, Deacon keeps encouraging her to get back together with Liam at Il Giardino. He did you harm. Hope, understating things, says, so did Liam. Deacon disregards this and rants about Beth's parents getting back together. No pressure, but Hope's the only one who can make that happen. Deacon insistently requests that Hope give Liam another chance. At Bill's place, Liam lets Ivy down easy, telling her they had great times together. He is moved by her feelings, but even though Hope is engaged to Carter, he wants her. Although Liam claims that he encouraged Hope to marry Carter when he thought he was dying, he is no longer alive and she is now part of his family. He says that Ivy is some guy's dream girl to placate Ivy, but he has spent too much time with Hope. Ivy understands. She gushes that Hope's so lucky to be the love of his life. Will Carter's wish come true? Unlucky in love, Carter smiles and moons over Hope at Forrester. Daphne appears and he tells her he was thinking about his beautiful fiancée. She fishes and discovers that no wedding date has been set. Carter wants to tie the knot with Hope as soon as possible. Daphne, perceptive as always, wonders if he's worried she's changing her mind. Carter gets edgy as he admits Hope's had a lot going on lately with her ex-husband. Daphne urges him to be smart. He is engaged to a person who already has children with another person. Carter tells Daphne, becoming increasingly agitated, that Liam can and won't commit to Hope. As he rants about how she is just as committed to him as he is to her, Hope appears. Making herself known, Hope joins them. Daphne leaves. She has interrupted and heard how much he loves her, which makes Carter happy. Carter launches directly into pressuring Hope to set a wedding date. He says that he asked Ridge to be his best man and wants to get married right away, and she clearly squirms. She remembers Deacon's plea to get back together with Liam as he pulls her into his embrace. In the design office, Electra tells Will they'll both be happy they waited and decided not to do anything the night of the party. Will flashes to doing something with Luna in the mask as Electra goes on about him being too buzzed to remember what happened. She pauses when Will admits he is ashamed of his actions. Strangely, he insists that he only wants to be with Electra. Electra is finally ready to be with him. They embrace as he continues to have flashbacks. Ivy returns to Electra later and informs her that Hope is the woman Liam really wants. She changes the subject to her niece's big night with Will. Electra loves him even more because he waited for her. What is Luna's plan? Luna tells Sheila that she has everything under control at Lee's house. Because she has so much to look forward to, she will never again end up in the hellhole. Sheila can't see how sleeping with Will has changed her life. He thinks she's dead and was tricked into sleeping with her. Luna just hopes she's there to see his face when he finds out it was her behind the mask. Sheila warns Luna that no one can find out she's alive. She warns she's playing a very dangerous game with her freedom. Unbothered, Luna teases, "Grandma Lee asked me if I was expecting another miracle. Perhaps I am." Luna reveals to the empty room that she has a plan to live happily ever after with Will once she is alone, wearing a sinister expression on her face. Luna smiles slyly as she pats her abdomen. Will Sheila tell the truth? At Il Giardino, Will approaches Sheila, of all people, and asks her if she can fill in the blanks on his party because he had way too much to drink. Will inquires whether Luna entered his room that night, and Sheila points to Luna's confession. Sheila gawps, "Of course I didn't do that." He admits that someone broke into his room that night and that he needs to find out who it was. If she knows, she needs to tell him. Will asks Sheila if she came into his room that night after Luna tells Sheila she's expecting a miracle today on Bold and the Beautiful. Deacon urges Hope to reunite with Liam. Ivy tells Liam she'll cheer on his reunion with Hope, and Will tells Electra he has some guilt. Deacon tells Hope at Il Giardino that she will always have a love like Liam's. He encourages her to seize a second chance. She shakes her head. Carter is her dad's favorite, but he hurt her. She mentions that Liam did as well. Her dad says that was a long time ago and she has the chance to reunite with Beth's father. He insists that she choose Liam despite her attempts to change the subject. Liam tells Ivy at Bill's that he's touched her and that she wants another chance with him, but he wants Hope. He is reminded by Ivy of her engagement to Carter. He is aware. He encouraged that and even meant it at the time, but Hope is his family. Ivy is Liam's dream girl, but he can't spend any more time with Hope, he tells Ivy. Ivy is there to support him and wish him all the best. She'll always have love for him, and Hope is lucky to be the love of his life. Carter smiles and thinks of Hope at the office until Daphne interrupts. She suggests he's running into the wedding because he's worried Hope could change her mind. She points out that Hope hasn't done any wedding planning. Daphne still cares about him, so she hopes he will be smart. She reminds him that he is engaged to a person who already has children with another person. He is aware of everything, but Liam cannot commit. That's not the same for him. He is eager to demonstrate his devotion to Hope. Carter declares his commitment as Hope arrives. Daphne departs. Carter is happy that he told Hope how much he loves her. He's eager to set a date, and Ridge has already agreed to be his best man. She is thinking of Deacon's advice to take another chance with Liam, but he keeps hugging her and saying they should get married. Electra expresses her gratitude to Will for waiting until tonight in the design office. He flashes back to sex with the mystery woman. Since it would just be fuzz now, she would be disappointed if they had sex while he was buzzed. He says he's a bit ashamed of his behavior. Once she finishes work, she will go to the guest house to set things up. She's ready and excited to be alone with him, leaves, and Ivy returns as Electra solders. They talk about Liam, and Ivy admits it was nice to see him and he was lovely. It was a flattering conversation, but he wants Hope. Electra admires her for letting herself be vulnerable. They talk about Electra's plans for her first time and how great it is that Will waited for her. After Luna reveals her dubious scheme in low whispers at Lee's residence, her eyes sparkle with perilous mischief as she caresses her abdomen and softly speaks of a miracle that remains unknown to all, her murmured phrases crafting a malevolent promise of what lies ahead. Meanwhile, a distressed Will, haunted by fragmented memories of that chaotic evening, the mask, and the intoxicating fog that rendered his recollection indistinct, turns to none other than Sheila Carter for help, a decision that surprises even him, for deep down he understands that seeking Sheila's assistance is akin to making a deal with the devil. Yet, he is too anguished and overwhelmed by guilt to think rationally, leading to the intertwining of their narratives. At Il Giardino, Deacon Sharp relentlessly presses Hope Logan, imploring her with his gravelly fervor to reconsider Liam Spencer, reminding her over wine and pasta that Beth deserves to have both her parents together, asserting that love like Liam's is rare and exceptional, dismissing her objections regarding past betrayals as mere relics of history that ought to be forgiven, if not forgotten. Meanwhile, across town, Carter Walton remains at Forrester Creations, clutching the aspiration of immediate marriage, cornering Hope with emotional appeals to establish a wedding date now, not tomorrow or next week, but at this very moment. Because he senses her slipping away, and Daphne's insightful remarks about Hope's uncertainty linger in his mind, even as he forces a smile and asserts that Ridge is already confirmed as best man. Meanwhile, Ivy Forrester, her heart heavy yet still devoted to her family's complicated legacy, reports back to Electra Forrester, updating her on her unsuccessful attempt to win Liam back. She admits, with a touch of sorrowful grace, that Liam's heart is with Hope and that she cannot rival such a lasting connection, no matter her efforts. Still, she reminds her niece that her own life is brightening with Will, a statement that fills Electra with excitement about the evening she intends to finally surrender to him, blissfully ignorant of the dark secret Luna is plotting in the shadows. All of this intertwines like a tempest of betrayals, desires, and desperate decisions because as Will seeks out Sheila, stumbling into her dimly lit apartment with eyes clouded by shame and confusion, he exclaims that he needs her assistance to piece together the events of that night. He confesses that someone was in his room, that someone touched him, that he was too intoxicated to stop it and too dazed to comprehend, and he needs to find out if it was Luna. Sheila, concealing her own motives while recalling Luna's eerie words about anticipating another miracle, gazes at him with wide-eyed disbelief and a smirk that barely hides her amusement, before cautiously stating that she had no involvement, yet slyly suggesting that he should consider who stands to gain from his confusion, dangling the truth like bait on a hook, making him increasingly reliant on her insights and her twisted sense of maternal guidance. Meanwhile, Hope remains caught in a tug-of-war between her father's relentless push toward Liam and Carter's overwhelming insistence on a wedding. Her thoughts were plagued by Deacon's discussions regarding destiny, the lingering sensation of Liam's kisses on her lips, and the warmth of Carter that felt genuine yet somewhat forced. At Bill's mansion, Liam himself gently but firmly let Ivy down as she expressed her feelings, his words both complimentary and heartbreaking as he informed her that she was the ideal woman for any man, but not for him, as his heart would always belong to Hope. This left Ivy appearing composed on the outside while crumbling internally, her determination now shifting towards a supportive role rather than that of a romantic rival, although her loyalty could still change if the right opportunity presented itself. Meanwhile, Luna solidifies her plan, secretly reveling in the fact that she has Will under her influence, smirking at the notion that he is too burdened with guilt and confusion to perceive the truth clearly. She caresses her flat stomach as if summoning the child she hopes will bind him to her eternally, a distorted Forrester legacy born from deceit and facades. At the same time, Sheila contemplates whether to reveal Luna's plot to rescue Will from his suffering or to keep it hidden as a bargaining chip for herself, aware that any disclosure could jeopardize the delicate balance she has been striving to uphold in the shadows. At Forrester Creations, Carter's desperation continues to escalate, compelling Hope with increasing intensity, nearly panicking as he observes her evasions and hesitations. Meanwhile, Daphne's words resonate like a cautionary bell in the distance, warning against the perils of exerting too much pressure when a woman's heart is conflicted. At Il Giardino, Deacon's unyielding campaign grows ever more pronounced as he admonishes Hope about destiny, insisting that she alone can provide Beth with the family she rightfully deserves, dismissing Carter as merely a distraction, as if sheer determination could sway his daughter's heart. In the design office, Electra cradles Will gently, convinced that his uncertainty stems from nobility rather than confusion, commending him for his patience and assuring him that tonight will be flawless. Meanwhile, Will forces a smile, his thoughts swirling with concealed memories and Luna's soft laughter in the darkness. Later, when Ivy returns to confide in Electra, their discussion shifts from Liam's devotion to Hope to Electra's enthusiasm regarding her first experience with Will. However, beneath the surface, the audience is aware that Will's innocence has already been compromised by Luna's deceit, and the intricate web of secrets, lies, and desperate love triangles is on the verge of unraveling. This leaves the lingering question in every corner: will Luna's pregnancy trap succeed? Will Sheila act as a protector or a destroyer? Will Hope succumb to her father's demands and Liam's entreaties? Will Carter's dream wedding collapse under the strain of divided loyalties? And will ever uncover the truth of what transpired that night, or will Luna's malevolent scheme irrevocably alter his future in an inescapable manner?